Hello, and welcome to your second video for week 8, IPv6 subnetting, which I know in the last video I said we were going to do next week, and I swear I looked at the course outline, and that's what it looked like to me, or at least that's what I remembered in my head. Turns out we're doing it this week, so surprise, you get a second video. We're not going to go into IPv6 subnetting as in-depth as we did with IPv4. And I'm going to show you how to use a subnetting calculator to just do it, because that's a handy thing. So unlike IPv4 we mentioned previously, IPv6 has a single 16-bit hextet just for subnetting. And we don't need to use subnet masks anymore, right? And you should try to make everything a /16 or a /64, which makes things easier. The 16 bits in this subnet ID, that can be allocated by the customer, so your ISP is going to give you the prefix, or your service provider, and then you're going to deal with this. Now in some cases, the ISP might not actually give you the full 16 bits. They may have allocated a smaller amount of the address if it's been divided up between different customers. I'm having issues with my mouse. So we just look at the 16 bits within that field, or that hextet, represented by squares here. And we're going to use the formula fixed subnet and remaining, or F plus S plus R. That should always add up to 16. Remaining are simply the bits that haven't been allocated. So your subnetting is going to be here, and this will just be remaining as zeros. So here's an example. We're going to walk through this in the slides, which explain it kind of okay, and I'm going to show you how to do something like this with a subnetting calculator. So we've got 3 levels of subnetting here. This is one method of doing it. We've got an office, or a company with offices in 3 different countries: Canada, the US, and the United Kingdom, which they call England, apparently. 60 states maximum in each states or province in each country. Now, of course, that's going to be for our maximum number here, which is going to be the U.S. And then within each state or province, we have 10 offices. And the ISP is given the company the address space 2001 db 8 cad /48. So we do our first level of subnetting. This is very much like how we do VLSM. We subnet for our 3 countries. We're actually going to get 4, right? Because you can't borrow half bits. So 2 to the power of 2, that gives us 4. So we do our first level of subnetting, and we have, within that first value, it's now a /50, right? We took it from a /48 to a /50. We have 2001 db8 cad 0000, your initial reservation, right? And then we're incrementing by 4, so we have 4, 8, and 12, which is C, all /50. We're going to assign this one to one country, this one to another country, this one to another country, and this is just future expansion. And in this particular case, we went with 000, that goes to Canada, 400 goes to the United States, 800 goes to the UK, and C00, that just gets used as needed later. So then we take each of those and we subnet again. So we're going to look at the US to subnet for our second level of states and provinces. We need 60, right? We actually need like 50, but let's leave some room for expansion. And we have to borrow 6 bits to get 64 anyway. So we're going to borrow 6 more. And we're going to start incrementing within that. So we get 4000, it's now a /56, right? We took it from a /50 to a /56. 4100, 4200, 4300. Just keep counting up until we get to 7F00. That's going to be our last one. And then we need, there we go, here's our example where they're being applied. Then we need our offices. So we need 10 per region, or state, province, whatever. So we're going to borrow 4 more bits. We still have 4 remaining technically, which is kind of handy. That's going to give us 16, but again, we can't borrow half bits. And we just increment again. Now realistically, you're never going to do this longhand. And I know we say that with IPv4 as well, but we make you do IPv4. I'm not going to make you do IPv6 because that's just cruel and unusual punishment. Instead, you're going to use one of these subnetting calculators. And I've actually given a link to you in eCentennial for one of them. So, if you look in eCentennial, it's set up now. Down here, subnetting calculators. Towards the bottom, there might be some additional weeks in here by the time you get to this. There's one for IPv6, which we're going to look at in a second. And there's one for IPv4 that does VLSM. I really like that one. So we just open. There we go. We stick our address in, and then you can specify your stuff. Oh, IPv6. There we go. And just hit calculate. It's actually pretty easy. Let's take a look. Let's see it in action. So we have 2001 colon db8 colon cad double colon /48, right? And we're going to turn it into a slash. This is one thing I don't like about this, a /50 initially. Calculate. So subnet level 1, we want I think I did this correctly. Our next level of subnetting, we want, hold on. Oh, I see what I did. It's a /48. So now we do our subnet level 1. So we want 4 networks. It becomes a /50. Our level 2, we want, you just click stuff here. We wanted, what was it? 56, right? Became a /56. And then our level 3, it became a /60. And then click create plan. So we have country. This is a little bit more involved. State /province. And 10, right? Send. There you go. There's an example done, and you can export this so you actually get all of them. Just does it for you. Isn't that great? So have a look at those. You're going to want to play around with this one too, when you're practicing your IPv4 subnetting. I think I showed you this one in class, right? So you can give your networks names, you give it an address space, you hit submit, and it just does it for you. It's pretty awesome. You can't do that on your practical, of course, but that's how things are done in industry. So you can do that when you're planning networks out for future courses and stuff like that. So take care, be safe, see you Friday. Hope you had a great long weekend. Bye for now.